planner friends, it's Nia. Welcome to Life with Nia. Today we are doing a mid-month budget update. Last month we skipped the mid-month budget update because the train had slid off the tracks. This month, I think it's still on the tracks, but it's like derailment could be inevitable. But we're doing our best to keep it on the tracks. Anyway, so we're going to talk about income, expenses, cash envelopes, sinking funds, debt. Check in with our variable expense cash envelopes, savings, and business expenses. So, and actually, let's start with like goals. Let's see what goals we've hit already this month. So we have hit the 500 savings. And that's about it. We've tracked expenses, and the summer planner sesh box is also coming. That will be released on the 24th. So that is where we are on goals. So for income, we have brought in our normal income from our full-time job, $5,027. Health stipend, $165.75. Telework stipend, $31. Etsy. Where's my calculator? How can you do a budget video with no calculator? Okay, so Etsy has been a total of $22.67. However, what I paid myself was $15.75. The rest went to taxes and fees and business expenses. $57.21 from 31, and then I'm still waiting for my leave buyback. They're so ridiculous. So I turned my form in April. Okay, it's June, and they're like, oh, it has to be approved. It's been 7 weeks. What are you like having to? I have over 1,000 hours of leave. The max you can sell is 80. Like, what's confusing? Other people have turned theirs in way after me, like June, and gotten their payment like within 2 to 3 days. So it's like, what is going? Like, this person that does our stuff, and it's problematic. It's everything that she touches is destroyed. So like, I may never get my money at this rate, but if my hours disappear, we're gonna have a misunderstanding. So I'm still waiting. 2 months later, still waiting for that payment. I pulled my birthday sinking fund, which was $250, and then I also paid the P.O. box this month. So I pulled the P.O. box sinking fund, which had $155 in it, and then we'll talk about the cost, because it actually went up significantly. I knew post office fees and things had gone up, but I didn't realize my box had went up that much. For expenses, everything is pretty much right where I expected it to be. One thing with Instant Ink, I had 2 $5 gift cards from the printers that I had purchased. I had just been sitting on the gift cards and not entered them into the system. Like, I was like, what do I even do with this? So I went and entered those into the system, and so that took $10 off this month. So I only paid $10.46. I have 3 printers going right now, and 2 of them are under the little 6 months of free printing. So I'm really just paying for one printer. This is going to go up significantly, like this fall. I think October and November, or October and December is when I will start to have to pay for all 3 of them. But for right now, I'm enjoying the free printing, and I'm enjoying this little discount that I got this month. I don't know if I shared last month. I think I did, but QuickBooks went up. It went from $17 to $25, and that also includes the TurboTax Home and Business. So it's the the accounting software. It's how I pay my quarterly taxes, and then everything transfers over into the TurboTax to do my taxes for the year with the IRS and with the state. So I'm happy to pay $25 a month, because sitting there and adding up receipts and trying to figure it out next year is not good. It was such a time saver this year. So that is that on expenses. Cash envelopes. Let's go over to our check-in. So for the variable expenses, I have not spent anything in the household. I always just give myself $20 in cash for household. I still have that 20. And then gas, I had 185. So I went I think 43 days without getting gas. I got gas April 30th, and then I got gas June 13th. So I was pretty excited about that. Gas was $70, so I have 115 left in gas. The food category is where life is rough right now, and I don't know why, like with groceries, because I have food. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have $8 in dining out. I don't think that that will buy anything with the cost of food. And then with groceries, let's see, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so I have $19 in my grocery fund, which I feel like, I don't know, for some reason I'm thinking, instead of thinking like, hey, it's the 19th of the month, we are halfway through the month, and then some, I feel like it's like the 10th of the month and I'm going to starve to death. Which I am not going to starve to death, because I got a butcher box this month. I don't think I've used one thing out of it yet, so there's a ton of food from that. I have all these snacks and food and just different things. The only thing I really need is like fresh fruit and vegetables. But I go to the store and find other stuff. So yeah, I did go like this week, and I went to like 4 different stores because I couldn't find what I was looking for. So I went and I got like some potatoes, I got rice, I got cabbage, like the cabbage, the shredded cabbage, carrot, like the coleslaw mix, but I'm not making coleslaw. And something else. So, I don't know. I just, I think probably the most expensive thing I buy is Pepsi. And, we're going to see. We're going to see if we can not go to the grocery store this week. So from the 20th to the 26th. Oh, you know what else messed up my grocery budget is Nespresso. So I spent $85 with Nespresso. I mean, that's like almost half of my grocery budget. But coffee's life, and without it, I will surely perish. So there's that. I'm still like residual headache from the day that I did not have any. We're talking 2 days later, so it's just like hanging on there. So we're not going to ever forego the caffeine and coffee in our diet. Okay, so that's our check-in on our cash envelopes. And let me just share. So I had the $250 for my birthday fund. I used a big chunk of that to buy furniture at IKEA. So I spent about, I went 2 different times. So I spent like $129 both times. One trip I bought a Calyx shelf, which is like the square units. And then the other one I bought another desk, but a smaller desk, which I'm looking at in my head. I thought I'm going to get 3 printers on here. or maybe I was thinking even 3 printers, and then I would stack my cutting machines. I have one cutting machine, and since it's not like hooked up to the Bluetooth or anything, the laptop is sitting next to it. There's no space for anything else. I'm like, these 3 printers are still spread out throughout the house. This is not what I envisioned. So I'm still working on like the design aesthetic of how I'm going to make this work. I'm going to put together today, I bought a shelving unit. So I'm going to put that together today to see if I can stack the 2 silhouettes, and then maybe I'll move one printer over there. But in order to move a printer over there, I've got to get the wireless portion of it working. But I need to find another piece of furniture because it's just like not what the idea that I had, in order for me to get like all these printers together and the cutting machines together and whatnot. So still working on that, but I spent a big portion of my birthday money to do that because I was waiting for that leave buyback money to do that. And I wanted to get it going sooner rather than later. And I had said I was going to slow down on some business expenses this month, but I've probably spent about $750 on business related items this month. Not including those. Oh no, wait, it does include those two. Those desks and shelving. So if you take those out, I've probably spent about $500. I enrolled in a class. I bought some supplies for just general supplies like paper and storage and cello bags and boxes and overlay and all the things to, keep the shop running. I spent, spent $840 on taxes, including quarterly. So that came out. You'll see that at probably at the end of the month. That came out of my taxes sinking fund. And I remember I put the money aside each month for taxes. So that's fine. It doesn't, I shouldn't say it like doesn't impact my budget. It does, because if it wasn't there, I'd have a problem. But it's like accounted for. I spent $40 for my health. Gosh, I don't remember what I bought. I know I bought some vitamins, but I don't remember if that was this month or last month. I bought something else. I pulled out, so at the beginning of the month, I spent $63 for Petey's medicine. I pulled out $20 to get him food, but they didn't have his food, so I'm still looking for food. I feel like everything is like you have to go on this search mission to find things now, because I went to 4 stores for potatoes, rice, and cabbage before I actually found those items. So I only checked one place for his food. And like that whole brand there was just like one bag, and I get him what's called Incredibites, little bites. So it's smaller pieces of food because he's a smaller dog. What they had was like for the bigger dogs, and he can't chew that. So I just need to check some other stores. But I just feel like lately, like finding things is become increasingly difficult. I have not like spent anything in bulk this month. I didn't do any bulk shopping. I don't plan to. And everything else is more of it's off into the long term. So like Black Friday, Sam's Club, Costco memberships, Prime, Canva, all that stuff is next year. So there's no spending coming from there. Next month, I will be pulling some money from my emergency fund to pay for Petey's cardiology visit. And then I had almost spent money out of my vacation sinking fund to buy a plane ticket to Hawaii, but then I remembered I had a dog and I couldn't go anywhere. So there's that. So that's like sinking funds, like nothing major is going on there. Sinking fund cash, like our long-term cash envelope sinking funds, not too much movement going on there this month, with the exception of P.O. Box. So P.O. Box, I had $155. I started the month with $145. I added 10, giving me $155. The P.O. Box was $182 So I kind of had my feelings hurt because I was expecting it to be like 150, 160, 182. Which, I mean, I don't mind. I mean, I do mind because the price of everything's going up. So $27 difference. I mean, I'm glad that I had the sinking fund. So, you know, I'd rather pay $27 than 182, and that does cover a whole year. But I feel like next year is probably going to be over 200 because we just keep increasing prices on postage related things. I mean, the box is not postage, but like when they raise the price of postage, they usually raise the price of the boxes as well. So I foresee that going up again next year. So 182. So that that fund is completely drained. I am probably going to take a break from it next month, so July, and then we'll start saving again in August. And I think I was saving 10 to 15 a month. We'll probably bump it. So like if we have 11 months to save, maybe 20 a month. We'll see. Okay, so that's where we're at on the sinking funds and the cash envelopes. And we've talked about business expenses as well. For debt, nothing extraordinary is going on over here. I started the month, I think, at $11.71 for Afterpay. Right now, my Afterpay, let's look. I think it's down to like $500. I've tried to like pay it down aggressively. So it says $13.97. That's what I'm approved to spend. I was like, what? $602 is where we're at. So gotten that down significantly. I think Klarna is 157, which means, because I started at 165, which means I bought something. Yeah, I bought something that was 145. So Klarna is just about in the same spot. So yeah, we're not making significant progress here. But we'll see where we end up at the end of the month for debt. Last but not least, savings. This month so far, we've saved $716.52. So I'm probably next week going to, or not next week, but this Friday, the 24th, let me see, the 24th, I'll probably pull numbers for the 1st, but the 24th, I'm probably going to slow down on categories, what I contribute to, because the goal this month was $500, and we actually hit that the first week, but we've saved $716.52. This month we did $369 for our 100 envelope challenge, which that went to our emergency fund. And then we've done the Budget Mom Savings Challenge. We've had our $5 bills this month. We've had like $35 in $5 bills, which is a lot. And I actually made a deposit of change this month as well. And so that goes into my Christmas fund. And that was $13.95. And I feel like I've already accumulated a lot of change just over the last 20 days or so. So I probably will make another one probably on July 1st, because I usually go into the bank and they have a coin machine on payday. So that's where we're at on our budget mid-month check-in. Let me know how your budget is going this month. Any comments, questions, suggestions, I am always open to them. Just post them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.